Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I do want to finally bring you guys another character review. Now, I have gotten a lot of different requests for characters. I've gotten requests to do like a Gwenpool review, a Giant Man review, Yellow Jacket review. I've got a lot of Elsa reviews, Angela reviews. I've gotten a lot of Black Order character reviews like Proxima or Corvus or Supergiant. I've gotten a lot of no reviews on Electra yet, which is a little weird, but hopefully we'll see some Electra and Bullseye review requests coming in soon. But I did puzzle over your requests a lot, but then I decided that I shouldn't be doing something that someone is requesting. I should probably do the most, the MVPs of the game. And I've already done a Shirag review, I've already done a She-Hulk review, and a Ronin review, and those are like the three, arguably the three best characters in the game. So, who other than to do a review on than Loki, guys? So here we go with the Loki review. Obviously, Loki is one of the top characters in the game, no doubt. Even without a tier 2 ability, Loki is still one of the two characters that new players are told to get when they first start the game. When I introduce people to this game, I'm like, yo, get Loki, get Shirag. The reason, obviously, of course, for Loki, we'll get into later on, but, the strength of this character lies in the skills. Much like Sharon Rogers, it's the combination of different skills in tandem that really make this character OP. So, let's get into it, guys, first with the skills. So what is Loki working with? Well, Loki is one of two characters that have cold damage on their skills. Loki's got it on the Scepter Bolt 1-star skill, which has a freeze effect with the uniform. So without the uniform, there's no freeze effect. And then on the 5-star skill, there is cold damage. It's debatable right now whether the clones are doing cold damage, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's go into the skill preview to take a closer look at what I'm talking about here, guys. So just keep in mind, as far as the uniform goes, the only effect that it has besides the 10% stats is the freeze effect on the 1-star skill. The freeze effect on the 1-star skill is pretty good, but I wouldn't say that it's a game changer, and I would argue that Loki can do all of the same things. Like, if I took my uniform off my Loki, I could still do all of the same things that I do with Loki, which includes female, universal, no restriction, and villain, super villain restriction alliance battle day. So that's 4 alliance battle days of the week, plus I believe it's level 23 Shadowlands, which is She-Hulk and Jessica Jones 2v1 gangbang. So the uniform is not really a necessity, but I feel like a lot of new players who get Loki and invest so much in him or her or other gender-neutral pronouns will want to get the uniform just to round out the character and complete their masterpiece. So I understand that. And the Lady Loki is a little bit cuter, I would say. She's got a little bit more on the cuteness scale. I think the horns are a little bit bigger and a little bit more curved. So if you're into that banana action, you can get it for that. But let's get into the skills themselves here, guys. The 1-star skill is a piercing freeze bolt. As you guys can see, it pierces through enemies, and it's got a little bit of an AoE to it, so it's a great skill for hitting lots of mobs, especially in something like Alliance Battle. Let's turn the AI on. Then the 2-star skill is pretty straightforward. It's just a cone attack. It has a long wind-up, so it's not really ideal for most game modes, but you can try to sneak it in there after you've cast Loki's 3-star skill, and this is Loki's bread and butter. This is the bread, guys. This is not the butter. This is the bread. Loki has a shield very similar to Songbird's, where it guards for 8 hits once you get the skill to level 6. So this is one of the few skills that you should get to level 6 as soon as you can, as soon as you have enough gold to invest in it, because it will get you more hits guarded, and 8 is the maximum. So going through 1, 2, and 3, we got the piercing freeze bolt, we got this AoE shit, and then we got the butter, or the bread rather. Sorry, the bread. I'm sorry. I'm gluten-free. I'm lactose intolerant. Then we got Loki's 5-star skill, which is pretty cool, but again, long wind-up. It's got a nice AoE, and it does a lot of hits. It's got, like, I believe, 4 or 5 hits, 4 or 5 ticks. So it's good for knocking off enemy Loki shields if you're doing some cute Loki versus Loki timeline or battle world. But it's an okay skill. It's not bad. The damage is pretty good. And it can be scaled with a cold leadership, like Misty Knight, or it can be scaled with the cold booster obelisk. Then we have the butter. So if the shield is the bread, then the 6-star skill is the butter. And the butter, as you guys can see, is of the richest variety. It's I can't believe it's not butter OMG variety. Loki summons 3 or 4 clones. Now, if you're standing really close to a wall and you do this attack, Loki may only summon 3, like that just happened there. So you want to not be, you know, dry humping the wall when you do the skill, because then it'll lower your DPS, obviously, when you do the clones attack. So he does a little jump back. As you guys can see, he has a minor iframe when he's doing the jump, or when she's doing the jump attack, or the jump back to cast the clones. These clones will blast off, I believe, 5 times. We can count it out here. I've actually never counted it out. And there will be always a charge up for the 6th one, but then they'll disappear. No amount of attack speed will increase those blasts from 5 to 6, so there's no way to increase that as of yet. Hopefully the tier 2 will do something about that, or maybe make the clones do more damage. But as it stands right now, that's one of the best 1-2 punches in the game, next to like Shirog's 3+6 or Thanos' 1+6. This is one of the most potent combos in the game for a character to have on their skills. You do the 6, then you do the 3, then you just run around like the drooling noob that you are, and you kind of bang on your sticks and stones like the Neanderthals did back in the day to make their music. And then things die. And then if they're still alive, you cast the 6-star again and you run around. The only thing you really need to do this strategy is cooldown time, which is why cooldown time is so heavily you know, recommended and encouraged by veteran players to newer players. With max cooldown, you can have the shield up all the time unless you're getting hit like crazy. Your shield won't expire earlier than your cooldown will come off, so you can constantly have some semblance of a shield up, and then you just cast the clones until they disappear, and then you just recast them again. So overall, Loki's 6-star skill, of course, is fucking huge. The 3-star skill, of course, is fucking huge. The 1-star skill is not bad, especially in Shadowland. It's got some utility, but otherwise, it's pretty dangerous to pull off. And as you can see, his other skills have very long charge-up times of like, you know, half a second to a second and a half. So they do leave him or her vulnerable. So you just have to kind of pace yourself and learn the patterns before you go ahead off into the real world like a big boy without your huggies. So until then, just stick to the old 6 and 3, 3 and 6, and then maybe you'll work the Mafia, the 3-6 Mafia in there later on if you can. So that's it for Loki's skill preview. It's pretty damn good. Clones and shields are 2 of the 3 most premium types of skills that a character can have. Of course, the 3rd one would be like a long iframe or a healing skill like a Groot Spore or Hyperion Self-Heal. So Loki having 2 of those 3.5 is pretty important. And keep in mind, both the 3 and the 6-star skill are partial iframes. They're harder to time than other iframes because they're very short, but they do work out in that sense to an extent. Moving on to the gears, guys, you want to go with energy attack by level for the first 1 or 2 slots. Then you want to go either slots sounds kind of like sluts when I say it, doesn't it? Anyways, you want to go for all attack or energy attack on the rest of them because Loki is an energy dealing character. Then you want to go physical or energy defense by level, and then you want to go all defense, very simple. Here you want to go HP by level and then HP, very, very simple. And then you want to go to make sure you have max skill cooldown, and then you want to go with something like defense penetration or crit rate. I actually am not sure as of this video whether the defense penetration or the crit rate applies to your clones. I believe it does because the clones have a percentage of your stats, but I could be wrong. So as you guys can see, 35.91%. That means with my alliance bonus, I get to 49.9%, which is 0.1 or 0.09% away from max. So that's as good as it gets, guys. And then you want the rest on like something like ignore defense, crit rate, or defense penetration. As far as the ISO sets go, the traditional knowledge or the traditional strategy was to go with I am also Groot or Stark backing for the healing, and then to combo that, to synergize that with a healing obelisk, which is what I have here. I have one of the old school recovery obelisks, so please don't fucking ask me in the comments where I got this from. I got this from 2005, or sorry, I got this obelisk from 2015. So if you want to go back to 2015 before we had this Trump and Hillary thing, if you want to lose out on all the juicy Harambe memes that are still obviously not dead and obviously still very relevant, dead ass, then yeah, go back to 2015 and get yourself one of those obelisks. Otherwise, you can obviously roll a better one if you just fucking spend some gold and spend some time with Mother Mabel. So that's the traditional knowledge for Loki, but I'm here to tell you that that's probably wrong. Once you get skillful enough with the shield, and once you get the attack patterns down of different characters, it's really not necessary to have both the shield and the healing. It's kind of overkill. Like on a similar character, not a similar character, but on another character who has a similar skill set, we're talking about Songbird here, I don't have a healing set. I have an attack set. So I really should update my Loki with the new wave, as Drake would say, and I should roll for something like Power of Angry Hulk, which has defense penetration, and it's an attack proccing set to increase Loki's damage, to increase the clone's damage, and then I should probably roll for some combination of either cold damage and defense penetration, or defense penetration and an invincibility proc, or defense penetration and a heal proc obelisk. Even a small heal will be just fine, or one of these that has the increased damage percent, like defense penetration plus the increased damage percent will be pretty good, or something like this that has HP and defense penetration. Is probably the absolute best, most efficient way of building your Loki once you get to the upper Loki echelons and you're not so much of a noob that you know how to work the character properly. Until then, stick to a healing ISO set just to keep your balls safe, in case your shield gets knocked down and then you get hit a couple times. But once you get past that point, definitely change it up and switch it up for an attack set. So that being said, guys, that's how you want to set up your Loki. It's pretty straightforward, and as I said before, the main utility of Loki is being able to clear all world bosses except for Infinity Thanos with a very average team, and being able to complete 4 of the 7 Alliance Battle days, and being pretty useful on timeline, but not super useful because the clones are really slow and you must play on manual. The problem with Loki playing on auto is that they don't prioritize Loki. The Loki AI robot, I Am Also Legend, does not prioritize the 6-star skill, so it actually runs through all the other skills first, which means your damage is going to be pathetic until you get that off. But let's just take a look at what kind of damage we're dealing with here. The optimal team, or the team that most of the community has agreed on to be the most effective for Loki, is this one right here. Where's my Loki at? It's Ronan in the leadership, and then it's... Where the fuck is Loki? And then it's Loki, and then it's Red Skull. And what Red Skull is doing here is Red Skull is just giving a team-up bonus for Loki, which will give all attack and cooldown time. I don't actually need the cooldown time, but the all attack is nice. If I could find... Oh, I think I already used Red Skull, so I can't use Red Skull. I'll just use Malekith because I believe he has a team-up for defense penetration with Ronan. So where's my Malekith at? Sorry about this, guys. But basically, yeah, Ronan is in the leadership to give Loki more all attack and more all defense because they're both universals. And then Malekith or Red Skull or any other team up for either Ronan or Loki that has all attack or defense penetration is just there for the all attack or defense penetration bonus. And so basically this is the whole strategy, guys. It's really not difficult at all. I would argue that Loki is the easiest tier 1 character to play as, because it's just, you only need to use 2 skills. You can mix in the 1-star skill. Thanks for the Dimension Rift, booyah. You can mix in the 1-star skill once you get more comfortable, and especially in something like Shadowlands, it's super useful because you can freeze the enemies. Here I can't freeze Ultron because he has, like, I think a freeze immunity. Or no, never mind, I can freeze his tin can ass. I think he dodged my first freeze, that's why I thought that. I think he has burn and something else immunity. Anyways, as you can see though, the damage is very, very good. I've done about 750,000 damage in under a minute. So the DPS is quite strong when you get the clones out and stuff like that. Obviously without the clones you can see the DPS drops dramatically, and it's not even the same character. And it's interesting because Loki, before she got the 6-star skill, was an absolute like dumpster level character. Loki was down there with Ghost Rider and Elektra for like the worst characters in the game. I kid you not, because people just couldn't see, or at least me and people that I talked to couldn't see the utility of Loki's 3-star skill, because we never imagined that he could get something like like the 6-star clone skill. Here's an interesting thing, there's an interesting little quirk I want to show you guys here. We're actually not going to finish this out because I want to get the bonus, but if you stay still, if you don't actually move or cast any skills, then the clones that Ultron summons won't fucking move, and they'll just get summoned on top of each other like the kinky bastards that they are. So I discovered this once with Thanos. I was using Thanos, and I just AFK'd in my game, and I came back, and all these guys were just like, you know, doing this weird like human centipede, alien android centipede thing, and I just thought it looked really funny. But as you guys can see with the clones, it's a fairly simple strategy, but it's very, very effective, and that's what makes Loki so appealing, not only to veteran players but to new players as well. I was surprised by how effective Loki was even against the world bosses. I can clear Loki with any, I can clear any world boss except Infinity Thanos with Loki. As you guys can see here, we got the team up for the all attack. We don't need the cooldown time, but the all attack is really nice. I don't even think I need strikers for this. Fuck this. And then, like, I'll show you guys that even a noob with no strikers can definitely do this. And then I was also very surprised by how good Loki was against the double world boss rifts when they were originally very difficult. So I did complete the original world boss double rifts when they came out, and I was, thank you for the dimension rifts, Chinese characters. And I was pleasantly surprised by how good Loki was at killing both Ebony and Ivory within the 5 minutes. You know, he had enough damage to kill Ebony Maw, even with the souped up health and defense, and then Loki has enough defense to protect against Black Dwarf and all his spinning shenanigans in the second phase. And I actually had more difficulty with Thanos clearing Ebony and Gary than I did with Loki. So I found that really, really interesting. Here the clones are not going to do anything because she's energy immune, so we kind of just have to wait this one out. We're also gonna recast our shield. As you guys can see, with maximum skill cooldown, my shield I believe has a cooldown of 7 or 8 seconds, but it lasts a lot longer than that unless it gets knocked down. It's 7 seconds. But it lasts, I believe, 8 or 9 seconds if it doesn't get knocked out. So, yeah, it's 8 seconds. So it's really, really good. Here it's going to get knocked out because I keep getting hit, but it shouldn't because I shouldn't get hit. But still, you guys can see that it's pretty darn effective and just very straightforward. I got healed there for a good tick, but I keep getting hit by these balls, which is really embarrassing. I really shouldn't be, but I'm just not used to actually playing against these world bosses. I'm used to just steamrolling them and hammer fisting them and Luke Caging them. Just as an aside, guys, holy shit, Luke Cage Netflix, if you haven't seen that thing, you need to get on that, like you'd get on Nia Long if she was around at this day and age, because it's awesome. It's a really great show. Netflix does a lot of things right, and this is just another example of that. So here we got it, guys, in less than 2 minutes. Very, very easy. No strikers. Loki's damage is just that good, and so that's basically why the character is so popular. That's one of the reasons. And of course, the last reason, and I would argue the biggest reason, is for Alliance Battle. In Alliance Battle, Loki is available for the most days out of any of the ultra effective characters that are available for World Boss in general. And so, available for Alliance Battle in general. I mean, Shirag is only available for 3 days. Female, no restriction, and blast. But Loki's available for 4, and actually Loki's available twice when we get the rollover. So it's technically 5. But anyways, I digress. So yeah, guys, definitely these are the reasons why Loki is such a powerful character and so highly recommended. And so if you didn't already have your Loki maxed out, you definitely need to do so. If you want to get your Loki going, you got to get these dimension rifts going to get the bios, because you can't get him or her from other means. Holy fuck, can I get this shit to roll? The good thing is that a lot of high-level players in your alliance could be very easily coerced or convinced into opening up Loki rifts that have either like a heroic tag or even a legendary or a mythic tag if you're really lucky, because as you can see, there's an example right here. Thank you, Dan Esther, for proving my point. And the reason why that is, here's another one. The reason why that is, of course, Loki bios are popular, but also the Loki rift is one of the shorter rifts to run. The only rift that's actually shorter than the Loki rift is the Giant Man rift, So definitely talk to the people in your alliance if you don't already have Loki at 6 stars, and get them to open up like heroic and legendary rifts for you with Loki, so you can get those extra bonus bios and you can level up your Loki faster. Don't use like a mega ticket on him or like bio selectors. That's probably overkill. But just prioritize. I would prioritize Loki actually probably before Shirag, because they do basically the same thing at the beginning until you get a beefy enough roster. And then once you have Loki and Shirag, then go from there. I would prioritize Shirag in the sense that I would use a mega rank up ticket or selectors on Shirag, where I wouldn't on Loki, because of course Shirag can't be farmed, her bios can't be farmed at all traditionally. But anyways, guys, I digress. Let's check out the shop really quick before we go. We got the obelisk, yo. Obelisk people, I don't have a catchphrase for you yet, sorry guys. We do have the debris boys. I'm gonna have to put the gear up girls or the gear up geezers on hold, because I got a lot of fucking, as you guys can see, I got a lot of birds in the Congo, or birds in the, no, sorry, I got a lot of birds in the condo, guys. I'm so sorry. So hi, I'm in Toronto. Hey guys, so sorry to make another announcement, but this is actually just a correction. I goofed up and some lines got crossed. I cannot stream for you guys on the 21st, Friday of October. It's just not going to happen, so I have to push the stream back 24 hours. So the new stream time that I'm sure about is going to be Saturday, October 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturday, October 22nd. Lock it in, guys. Get your fantasy picks in. Promise you'll have a good time, so I hope you can check it out. And I appreciate all the support and continued love as well, guys. Thank you so much. Let me know what you guys thought of the review. Let me know who you guys want to see me review next. And of course, guys, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.